Clashes raged in southern Yemen on Monday between Shia Houthi rebels and forces loyal to the country's president. The Houthis tried to strengthen their positions in the port city of Aden, as well as further to the west. Witnesses say a foreign warship shelled targets in and around Aden, and Saudi-led coalition airstrikes blasted an airbase north of the city, forcing Houthi fighters to flee the area. Coalition warplanes also carried out airstrikes in the capital Sana'a, hitting a security headquarters. The United Nations Children's Agency says some 100,000 people have been displaced in the conflict in Yemen, while children continue to be killed, maimed, and at risk from disease. Now, Saudi officials are putting pressure on Pakistan to back the coalition of Sunni nations carrying out airstrikes in Yemen. That request could foreshadow an expansion of the military effort to push back rebel Houthis. We get more from VOA National Security correspondent Jeff Seldin.
The air bombardment over Yemen does little to drown out the growing despair on the ground.
We asked the coalition forces to launch a ground intervention in Yemen because we are facing a disaster. They bombed our houses randomly. We just have these light weapons, and ammunition began to run out.
But a ground offensive against the Houthi rebels could cause more trouble than it solves. One U.S. official tells VOA the Saudis would face an uphill battle against a well-trained force, and they know it. Whether there are even troops for a ground assault now rests in part on a Saudi request to Pakistan for planes, boats, and soldiers. Pakistan's defense minister.
Pakistan has pledged to defend the territorial integrity of Saudi Arabia, and if needed, Pakistan will fulfill this pledge.
Some Pakistani lawmakers are hesitant.
If the holy places in Saudi Arabia are threatened, then everyone, including the army and the people, will offer to fight. But as far as the war in Yemen is concerned, Pakistan should remain neutral in that war.
Already, the Saudis are getting help from the U.S., intelligence and logistics support, and even the offer of aerial refueling for Saudi planes. State Department spokeswoman Marie Harf.
The main goal of this military action is to ensure actually that they get back to political dialogue.
But the longer that takes, the more the dangers grow, both from increased support for the Houthis from Iran and from a terror group bent on attacking the U.S. and other Western targets. Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, which, according to one U.S. official, is taking advantage of the chaos in Yemen to cultivate more support. Jeff Seldin, VOA News, the Pentagon.